Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Time for a little bit of honesty again. The watch you're about to see, I think, is totally ugly. It is not a watch I would ever wear. It is big, it is ostentatious, and, well, maybe you like it. Far be it from me to bestow my opinions on you. If I had the watch about a month ago, I would have put it in my top 5 ugly watch video. However, it's available currently for a pretty good price, and I think that it bears a certain resemblance to a Richard Mille, so maybe somebody will find it interesting and they'll want to buy it. And that's why we're here today. For my own wrist check today, on one wrist I am still in the honeymoon phase with the Seiko SPB 473. It's that limited edition European model. And on my other wrist, the Islander Journey BDL 77, we are down to just about single digits on just the 36mm version. This is the 40mm version. It is sold out. Again, in case you missed it, this watch, we made 156 of them, and we donated 100% of the proceeds to the Brian Lavalette Scholarship Foundation, a really good cause. Let's check out the ugly watch. So here we go. Do you agree with me on the niceness of the watch? There's a few things that I'll talk about. Again, it's not one of my favorites for sure. You won't find me sporting one of these. It is big, it is loud. It wouldn't fit me. Functionality is not something I'm looking for, but I will admit that the design probably has appeal to a number of people. Maybe not viewers of the channel as much, but there's no denying that there actually is amazing case detail here. You can see it's whoops. There's a lot of machined surfaces, different finishes used, screws. It's definitely a fairly impressive build. And again, it's kind of reminiscent of a Richard Mille kind of watch. But let's go through it. So this is the Nubeo Magellan. Nubeo watches are mostly space themed, as you could probably tell. The hands are kind of NASA-ish, if you will, the outline numbers, the honeycomb background of the dial. The crystal is you can see it's it's curved with the case, so that's actually fairly impressive as well. So you are picking up the reflections there. It is a quartz chronograph movement. We do have a day indicator, which is pretty nifty. It's a retrograde day indicator, and we have a date indicator. Let's see if we can, there it is. I have to kind of go off angles. You can see it. Right there at the 4, it is very small. It is hard to read, but let's go. So it is a 49mm watch. So that's going to kind of be from here to here across. It's 15.2 thick. Again, owing mostly to that large, curvature. I don't want to say dome. It's really more of a single curved crystal, single curved case. And it is going to be 51, my finger, look at that, like a little kid wearing big gloves. Get over there. It's going to be 51 from here to here. The strap does bend down rather nicely. So at 51mm on the lug-to-lug, it does wear definitely more like, not like a 49mm watch, maybe more like a 43 or a 44, dare I say a 45mm watch. It's a solid case back. It's held down with individual screws. So as such, the water resistance is 50 meters, not all that much. As I said, it's a curved, it's a mineral crystal, but there actually is AR coating on the inside. And you can see as my white lights appear blue in the reflection here. It's running on, as I said, it is a Miyota. It is an FS60 movement. So it's got running seconds at the bottom. Chronograph, elapsed seconds is the main, and then you have elapsed minutes, which is a 60-minute elapsed counter, and then you have the retrograde day indicator. We'll get into the functionality of that in a second, and it weighs 120 grams on the rubber straps. That's actually fairly beefy for a watch on a rubber strap. So the pushers, you can see, are done in a matching blue. Oh, by the way, I should say, I'm sorry. So there's 8 of them. See my logo on my glove is it's coming off. I gotta take out a new pair of gloves. Okay, so there's 8 of them, and they're all gonna be at the same price. The MSRPs on this are you ready? $850 to $900, which is absolutely insane. The web prices float in the mid-5s. Again, it's another one of those watches where there's a smoking deal going on for a limited time right now on the website. I'm not going to mention the price. Just go over there and check it out. I think that for the price, definitely a excellent price. And if the watch is not for you, it might be a great gift for someone that likes large watches. I'm thinking like Invicta type large watches, which obviously has a big market. By the way, the crown is screwed down, which I found odd for a 50-meter water resistant watch. But you pull out the crown, set the time, 2 clicks, and you move the hands, and then 1 click out. One direction will change the date. See the date moving, 16, 17. The other direction will change the day that little hand goes, and then after it gets to Saturday, it's going to snap back to Sunday. A little retrograde day indicator. I went over the price. Oh, I kind of went over the price. I'm not going to say too much about it. So I wanted to come up on the dial a little bit more. You can see the dial has amazing depth to it. It's just very thick, right? But the numbers are raised. They're outlined. The hands, again, that honeycomb texture on the dial itself. It is rather interesting to look at, just from a build perspective. You know, the marks on the indices are like these tall skyscrapers, if you will, that reach all the way to the glass, and they follow the contour of the glass. So it is cool in that regard. Again, I just don't find the watch very visually appealing. So to start the chronograph, you press this and it will tick away at 1-second intervals, and then you have your elapsed minutes is over here, and then you will stop it, and then you will reset it, and it will go back to 0. So as I mentioned, there are 8 of them. I'm going to just show you 2 today. That was kind of like this stainless steel and gunmetal with blue. And then this is like a full, like a blue anodize. Really nice. I'm like, really nice. I hate the watch, but really nice. But it's cool. I do like the blue anodize. It's definitely very different. And this gunmetal kind of casing on the side and accenting red buttons matches the hands. With that screw down crown, you have like an anthracite rubber strap. The strap itself is a 26mm lug. So it is kind of large. There, whoops, here we are on the case back. But you could put if you wanted another 26mm strap on there, you could. But the buckle is actually kind of nice on this too. It's actually matching gunmetal, done well. And I'll come up on this one. So the blue matches to the blue center hub on the dial. Start, stop, reset. Boom, there you go. Looks nice, yellow elapsed minutes at the top left. So again, the brand is Nubeo. The watch line is called the Magellan. They do have some really wild watches. Not on our website yet, at least at this point. They have a Space Invader watch. Again, a lot of different space-themed watches or outer space or exploration, whatever you want to call it. Let's do a lume, a wrist, and be done with this one. So the lume is really cool. Those Arabic numbers are outlined in lume. So the top of the 6 is clipped from the dial patterning. But other than that, the hands glow really nice. And if only you could just see it at night, you'd be very happy. So how many of you out there are saying, you know, by the time Mark's done with this video, he's going to like the watch? And I kind of went there when I strapped it on my wrist, but yeah, nah, it's still not happening. But there it is below the bone on my wrist. And, you know, like I said, it is a very large watch, but it still actually fits me well. You know, I think owing to the curvature of the case, let me try to snap my wrist in half for you, it kind of works size-wise. Yeah, it's huge. Definitely look better on like a 7 or 7 1/4 inch wrist. But, you know, the fitment's not the end of the world. But there you go. That's what it's going to look like on your 6 3/4, 6 1/2 inch wrist. And I think that's going to do it for us today for the Nubeo Magellan. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say? Is this the ugliest watch you've ever seen? Or, you know, maybe not even close to it? Love to hear it. Put it down below, and I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.